Conflict of interest arises whenever the personal or professional interests of a board member are potentially at odds with the best interest of a non-profit. Now, the principles of conflict of interest in any organization is very clear. If you see a potential conflict of interest, there are two aspects. One is disclosure and the second is abstain. Its classic example is, let us say that you are a board member of an organization which is going to allot scholarships of a large amount to certain people. Now you find that there are 2 or 3 candidates, again very deserving, but who are your family members. So first of all, you disclose that I have a conflict of interest. These 2 are my nephews, so I have a conflict of interest. And you will abstain from voting in that regard. That if you want to give it, the rest of the people want to, they can do that. Let us say even in terms of, let us say one of the board members is the owner or a partner of a printing press. A lot of printing is getting done by the NGO, annual reports, books that it publishes at this place. And God alone knows they get high discounts over here and good quality printing is done. Sometimes priority is done, but there's a conflict of interest. There's a direct personal interest. This board member is a partner of this printing firm. So what does the person do? First discloses that this is my conflict of interest. Second is, if you want to give it over here for printing, I will not vote on that. And the third part which can be brought in is open tenders. Invite quotes from other printing presses and you can always compare whether this is a competitive. So you can have all these things put together in terms of conflict of interest. So conflict of interest arises whenever the personal or professional interests of a board member are potentially at odds with the best interests of the non-profit. So that is a definition of what conflict of interest is. Because public confidence is important to most non-profits, boards should take steps to avoid even the appearance of impropriety. What are the steps to provide impropriety? Adopt a written conflict of interest policy, yet another policy that you can have in your organization, that prohibits or limits business transactions with board members and requires board members to disclose potential conflicts as and when they arise. Disclose conflicts when they occur so that board members who are voting on a decision are aware that another member's interest is being affected. Require board members to withdraw from decision that presents a potential conflict. Establish procedures such as competitive bids like I talked about that ensure that the organization is receiving a fair